and movie chat time. So we will see how that goes again. And I think I fixed the issue with the playing by myself. That was ridiculous. Thank you to the person that said how to do it last time. I've seen some really bad movies recently, not on purpose. I'm kind of like going through horror movies or spooky movies that I haven't seen, and I just wound up seeing some pretty bad ones by by mistake. Jeepers Creepers was a rewatch. I'm going to get into the game, but Jeepers Creepers is what I want to talk about first because I feel like, you know how they say like, oh, can Hollywood stop remaking like good movies? They, I don't want to do that. What am I doing? I'm in my socials. I can't multitask clearly. So, you know how they say like, oh, Hollywood keeps remaking movies that shouldn't be remade. They should remake bad movies, you know, give them another shot. I really think they should have done that with Jeepers Creepers. I'm going to get into the game and then we'll talk more about Jeepers Creepers, and if anyone else has seen it. I saw it in middle school, and it was, at the time, I thought really scary, and in hindsight, watching it again, the villain's really scary. The villain's scary, but, like, the movie itself is such a mess. And we're going to get into that once I get into a game here. It's freezing out, by the way, so... And I'm hoping you can hear me. I'm going to actually just... I'm trying to make this so that the other players can't. As we talk about Jeepers Creepers. I made some mulled wine. I think I'm going to enjoy some of that as well. That. Ooh, it's still hot though. Very good.
Down like dominoes.
Less pressure. Get the wheel back on there. See that one's head pop off? Don't let it escape.
Okay, can you still hear me over there? I just want to make sure you guys can hear me because I just muted myself on the game, so hopefully I still can be heard. So yes, I made some mulled wine. We're going to talk about Jeepers Creepers, and Justin Long is still the Scream King of all time. One of the Scream Kings, I should say. Justin Long is so good in this movie, and he's trying so hard, and he's giving it his all, but the movie's so bad. Jeepers Creepers feels like 3 to 4 different movies in one, and they just don't mesh, especially when they get to the prison. Like, none of the characters make any sense of what they do. The girl that plays his sister, and like I know there's like a lot of supposed to be subtext of incestual tension with the two of them. The sister is so horrible and she's so mean, and you don't really care if she lives or dies anyway. And like the fact that, I mean, if you don't care about spoilers, Justin Long's character is the one that winds up dead at the end. But you know, she's so bad that you kind of wished it was her the whole time. So I'm still waiting to get on here. But yeah, Jeepers Creepers, that is the thing I think about it is it should be remade just because the villain is so good. Like, he should be an iconic horror villain, and he just isn't. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, that was, I thought it was going to be a really fun watch to rewatch Jeepers Creepers because I hadn't seen it since middle school. I just, unless you want to watch something that's really bad and you can make fun of it, that's the only reason I would even... Oh my god, I'm not doing well here. See, this is what happens when you join late and you come into a situation like this, because I don't have like any of my perks set up or anything like that. But we're not going to be talking about Jeepers Creepers this entire time. So if I can see, I don't think I can save that person in there. The other movies I wanted to talk about are, I also watched, this was definitely by mistake how bad this movie was. I watched Wolfman. It came out like, it said 2025, I thought it was last year though. It might have been a winter release, which doesn't make any sense for a movie like that, but it might have been. It's so bad. I had heard not the best things, but I was like, oh, I'll still give it a shot. I really like the cast. It's so bad. I can't even believe... I can't believe whoever put it out thought that this was an actually like good movie. And also kind of tarnishing like the whole Wolfman IP. Like the whole Wolfman IP was pretty much destroyed in this entire movie. It's so slow. Nothing happens. There's no chemistry between anyone in the movie. Silver Surfer does her best, but the situation is so weird. Like I think they set it up where I'm just gonna keep calling her Silver Surfer for now. Silver Surfer and her husband, who's from Succession, if you guys know Succession, he was really good in that. He was like a friend that was kind of always getting into business deals with them, and then sometimes he'd fuck them over, and then sometimes they'd do the same to him. Anyway, so he plays the main guy, and they have a daughter. There's no chemistry with anyone. You're supposed to get the feeling that like they're getting divorced, or I think they even show that they're getting divorced. But like, just because they're getting divorced doesn't mean we needed to like feel like how much she hates him. And I just feel like they both hate each other so much. So then when he does turn into the Wolfman, you don't care because you're like, well, no one likes you anyway. So that's kind of how it is. It's like, well, the mother and the daughter like don't really like Daddy anyway. So when he turns into the Wolfman, there's nothing there. It's so shallow. It was a complete waste of time. I mean, and also it was just shot really weirdly. I saw some of the reviews thought that it was shot really well, and it was so one-dimensional. Like it was such an undynamic, non-dynamic camera, like ways of shooting, and the shots were all at this weird medium. Oh my god. Okay, sorry about that. Maybe get this. Yeah. Everything was just really shot horribly in that movie. I mean, you could say maybe like stylistically it looked okay, but I just could not stand the way it was shot. So Wolfman, definitely do not waste your time. I just really can't even. I can't stress that enough. It's just so bad. And I think it's such a stain on both of their filmographies. And I really don't... Oh, who was it? Oh yeah, it was the guy that directed Saw that directed it, which I'm shocked. I was so shocked when I found that out. And he does do a little winky-wink homage to his own movie, which I could not believe he even chose to do that. Since none of you that are watching this are going to actually probably put it in, or you've actually seen it, the fact that he had the Wolfman chained in one of those traps and then he has to chew off his own foot, I was like, come on, like, we know, if you know that you directed Saw, then it's like, okay, why are you doing this in another movie you've made? And I'm like rambling, like, this is so, it actually gets it takes a little while to get used to playing and talking at the same time. I feel like which is why I'm giving it a shot. I might find out that I'm terrible at doing these two things at the same time. I think it'll just, I'm gonna die. But I think we're getting the hang of it. Definitely getting the hang of it. But yeah, so the fact that the director of Saw directed it was kind of shocking to me because I always felt Saw was really well directed. But maybe he's a one-trick pony and he can only do that type of film, which is okay, Or maybe he tried to be experimental and it just did not work out for him. And it's so funny. I always hate that. I always say that I hate only talking about like movies in a negative way. Like I like to also talk about movies I love. It just so happens to be that the movies I'm talking about today are the most recent ones that I've watched, um, and they were not good. So, oh well, that's how it goes, I guess sometimes. I gotta do some upgrading. The original Wolfman, though, the black and white one's really good. I did watch that before I watched this most recent one, and maybe that's why it stuck out so much. Like, oh, these are cool. These are like little VHS tapes you can get while you're playing in the game. It's always like part of a challenge. Where did everyone I'm playing with go? So I highly recommend the original. I believe it was from the 1950s, maybe 52. I could be mixing that up with another older film that I just watched recently, but it was excellent. Oh man, great. Yeah, watch the original, skip the new Wolfman, and you will be very, very happy that you did. The big film that I think I can't get over this conspiracy theory that it's not even a conspiracy theory, but it's just like once you go down the rabbit hole of this, it's like it makes absolutely no sense why they would do this. And I'm talking about Halloweentown 4. Oh good, King of the Mantis, nice to see you. You can do it, but reading the chat, people saying and spitting facts is a lot. Oh, yeah, that is true. See, I didn't even see that comment. Thanks so much, King of the Mantis. And now I read the comment, and then I just died, so I'll get the hang of it. And maybe this doesn't work for a full year round, but at least during spooky season, it's fun. You can watch some zombies get killed. I can kill some zombies and talk to you guys. And tell you what horror movies and spooky movies not to watch, or ones to definitely stray away from. So the big thing I wanted to talk about, though, was Halloweentown 4. I'm an older millennial, so Disney Channel original movies were everything in middle school. And I was a big Halloweentown fan. As I got older, though, like, I didn't really watch the Disney Channel as much anymore, so, oh, I'm done. That's fine, because this is a good intro to talking about this conspiracy theory about Halloweentown Part 4. So I had watched probably like the second one as well, maybe like the earlier years of high school, late years of middle school, whenever that one came out. But I never saw the third one, and I never saw the fourth one, because at that point I had kind of grown out of it and was in late high school or going into college, that age group. So, but Max has never seen any of them. So we had started 4 years ago with watching the first Halloweentown, and then every year we've watched the because there's 4 movies. So we throw on, we're about to throw on Halloweentown 4 on Disney Plus, and I see the thumbnail is not Kimberly J. Brown, who did the other movies. It's looks like to me an actress that they chose to play an older version of her younger sister Sophie. So we're watching it, Judith Hoag comes out and blah 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 in the kitchen, and she's talking to her, and then she keeps calling her Marnie. And I'm like, wait a second, did they really recast Kimberly J. Brown in her own franchise for the 4th movie and kept everyone else? And yes, that is exactly what they did. Kimberly J. Brown was was not asked to come back, and it makes absolutely no sense. She doesn't know why. She doesn't hold any hard feelings towards it, but the director of the film, I guess, was interviewed about it, and he said he doesn't regret his decision, and it really was because she looked too young. I'm too old. Like, she was growing out of the role, which is not true, because her brother looks even older, and she's going to college. She's not still, like, in high school. Like, I guess she's supposed to be 18 or whatever, going into college. But it was certainly not like jarring. Like, she would have been fine looking, and her brother again looks exactly the same age as her, if not older, and he was not recast. So they recast her with this younger girl, and it just makes it's so strange. I don't think this has ever been done in a franchise before, ever, where you've made 3 movies, the star of the movie is in all of them, that's who Marnie is, Marnie Cromwell, And then they're going to make a fourth one, and you know what? Let's just keep everyone except for the star of the whole series. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. I think it was probably the worst mistake they've ever made when it comes to that. I mean, because it's like, why even watch it? First of all, it's not that good. I mean, you have to take those movies kind of with a grain of salt, like as far as campiness goes anyway. You have to kind of just have fun with it. And if you do that, they are fun. But this one is not even that enjoyable. Meanwhile, they also recast Kimberly J. Brown. So, I don't know. It's so strange. I know that it came out in an era where social media was not as big as it is now. Obviously, because I think it was 2006 when that movie came out. But my goodness, I think I actually wrote some notes too on the movie itself, regardless of the controversy. Oh yeah, this was a good one too. While I get onto a new game here, the actress that they recast as Marnie, her hair color changes all throughout the movie, and not in like a I'm a witch way, just like bad continuity. I mean, it is so crazy. She'll have like dirty blonde hair in one scene, and then she'll have like a dark brown wig in another one, and it's like they must have done so many reshoots. Again, I don't really even understand why they made it if they were gonna not have Kimberly J. Brown in it. Debbie Reynolds is in it for like 5 seconds, so she makes a brief appearance. You know, it's just so strange. Yeah, some of the stuff. Oh yeah, the kid that's in it is where am I? Okay, we're searching for players. The kid in it is from High School Musical. I was not a High School Musical person. Just to make sure my settings are. Good. I have the voice chat off. That's great. So the blonde kid from High School Musical, I only watched those recently for the first time. I had never seen those before. But he's like the main love interest of the new recasted Marnie. He must have signed some hella contract with Disney, the Disney Channel, because they were clearly trying to put him in everything that was big. It's totally unhinged, Max. And he's liked the other ones. I mean, you know, again, they're enjoyable if you want something that's like a fun, you know, Halloween centric movie that you don't have to take seriously. You know, it's family friendly. There's nothing wrong with them. Like you can't say they're the best. It's not like they're the best written, you know, horror movie you've ever seen. Anything like that. Like the writing's not what you're there for. It's kind of like everything else, like the wholesomeness and just having like the positive vibes of the spooky season. So, okay.
And I'll do it again, many bloody times.
At least we got another game going. But if you can recommend some good ones, I would love to know. I have the list of what I've kept track of every horror movie I've watched. And it's like such a... Obviously, something like Halloweentown's not a horror movie. Except if it's Halloweentown 4 and they recast the main star, and that's pretty terrifying to me. Because who in their right mind would have done that? But yeah, so like any of the spooky season stuff... I think I'll open this door. So it always takes people forever to do that. Oh, I don't have enough. I guess I gotta kill some zombies first. There we go. I love the Beavis and Butthead guy. That is so fun. I hated Beavis and Butthead as a child because it like really freaked me out. It was like too adult. And I just didn't get it. But I was like 4 when it was popular. So I even Ren and Stimpy by the same people, like that used to always freak me out too. And that was on Nickelodeon. I guess Beavis and Butthead was on Nickelodeon too, right? No, that was MTV. I liked Daria a lot because I feel like that was Mike Judge's. It was kind of like the girl version of Beavis and Butthead, so it wasn't as like gross. I guess. Still had like full of satire. But yeah, as like a little 5-year-old, I just did not. And I got into Daria a lot later in like high school or middle school. And we will get back into talking about horror movies. I got off the track talking about Beavis and Butthead. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to pull up my list while we're waiting for the new Horde to come. Oh yeah, one last thing about Halloweentown 4 is that it was completely clear that Disney was trying to go off of the whole Harry Potter thing, because the whole premise of the fourth one is that Marnie's going to like a witches college or witches university type of thing, and the entire aesthetic, like it looks like a big castle. It was them being like, let's do our own version of Hogwarts, and it was pretty stupid. It definitely wasn't the same as Hogwarts. Hey Luke, how's it going? Oh my goodness, why is this? This does not feel like a traditional round 4. I mean, I'm not really playing my best because I'm trying to like talk, but I also feel like, oh man, I gotta save these people. Damn. Yeah, so they definitely were trying, Disney Channel was trying to be like, oh, Harry Potter's so popular, we have to do our own version, and incorporate it into Halloweentown 4. Don't waste your time with Halloweentown 4. I would just say, unless you're very curious and you're a hardcore fan of the franchise, if you're a hardcore fan of the franchise, I can understand how it'd be hard not to see the fourth one, and like, that's how I felt, like, and it never even dawned on me that Kimberly Brown wouldn't have been in it. It just makes, it's like, what would be a good example of that? Okay, perfect example would be like, well, this isn't even a good example. I was going to say, like, if they had Jon Snow recast after, like, season 3 of Game of Thrones. Like, that would be, like, the same exact thing. And they just didn't ask him back. Like, there was no other issue other than just them being like, no, we're going to go with someone else for the or it'd be like Jon Snow for all the seasons, and then for like the final season they went with someone else. That's kind of like the closest thing we could think of, and that's how outlandish it is. That's like, you might think, oh, what? That would never happen, and exactly. Like, why did they do that with Halloweentown? King of the Manties, Peter Weller not being in RoboCop 3. Oh, you know what? I have not seen RoboCop 3. I think I only saw the first 2. Is RoboCop 3 good? I feel like maybe I was told it wasn't good, and that's why I didn't see it. And maybe because he was recast, that's probably why people don't like it. At least that's what I would assume. Okay. We're gonna get the spiders going on here, and if I kill some of them, I'm going to pull up my list. I already said I was going to. Okay, RoboCop 3. Yes, Beavis is helping me out here. Alien spiders from hell. Oh, man down. Okay, gonna go. Okay, good. Looks like they're being taken care of. Okay, max ammo. I think the coast is clear. I'm gonna get my, list out. Halloween 2025. Oh, there were 2 specials I watched that were actually really good that I can talk about too. I don't even know how it came on. I think we went onto the Disney Channel, not Disney Channel, the Disney Plus app has like those options where they kind of can just play like you're watching cable, which is kind of fun. And we threw that on, and it wound up being the Even Stevens Halloween episode from, like, I don't know, third season, I guess. I used to love Even Stevens, and I hadn't watched it since I was a kid. And I had just watched an interview with John Barenthal has a podcast, and he interviewed Shia LaBeouf. gotten through, I'd say, probably about a little over an hour, and it's really good. Really good so far. And Shia LaBeouf was so effing good on Even Stevens. Like, I can't even get... I was watching that episode. First of all, the episode was really well written. It was really clever. It was very Twilight Zone. It was like the perfect... It was like what you want in a Halloween episode for a sitcom. And he was just great. And it just reminded me, like, why he became such a huge star. And then he just struggled a lot with a lot of things as he became more and more famous. But he seems to be, like, really trying to get his life together. But yeah, the Even Stevens Halloween episode from, again, I think it was like season 3 or season 4, because Ren was not wearing braces, and I remember, like, the first 2 seasons she had braces, if I remember correctly. I'm telling you guys, like, when I was like 14, I loved Even Stevens. 12. Okay, King of the Mantis, yeah, about RoboCop 3, said it is the worst of the trilogy. That explains a lot. I'm gonna open this up. Which is definitely why I didn't see it then. But now I'm curious. Now I should probably check out RoboCop 3 just to see the hype. It's been freezing in my apartment because they haven't put the heat on. And I'm getting, like, really warm, and I don't know if it's just because I'm streaming or if they turned the heat on and I can't really leave this game. Shia needs a better comeback than Megalopolis. Yes, he does. And I think, I don't blame him for saying yes. I don't blame anyone for saying yes to the Francis Ford Coppola movie. I mean, my God. Like, if you're an actor, you don't even care if it sucks. You know? It's just one of those things.
Written time for you. You lucky undead.
I still haven't seen Megalopolis yet. I think I'm, like, supposed to never see it. Because, we had done a double feature, or we'd scheduled a double feature, and we walked into the Megalopolis theater. We're about to sit down. There's no one in there, and the screen's black. And they had canceled that showing, which never happens. They had no rhyme or reason for it. They just said, we're not showing it at that time today. And that kind of, you know, just screwed everything up, because it's like, okay, it's like a 3-hour movie. You really have to plan around something like that. But I do want to watch it at some point, even if I'm just laughing through it, I guess. I mean, I love Coppola, but it's a shame he wasted so much money on that movie. Hey, maybe it's just too ahead of its time. That happens, you know, like, a lot of people absolutely hated 2001 Space Odyssey when it came out. I'm not saying that Megalopolis is that at all, because I haven't seen it. But I'm just saying, who knows, maybe it'll be more loved, or find a new fan base, or a new breath of fresh air in like 10 or 20 years. The other Halloween special I wanted to tell you that is actually really good. I don't know, I'm sticking to Disney Plus right now, but I watched a lot more than just Disney stuff. The Toy Story Halloween special is very good. I really liked that one. It's great. It's they're like on vacation, or they're staying overnight in a motel, like Bonnie and her mom. So obviously she brings her toys, and they, in so many words, there's the guy that's running the motel. I guess he sells on eBay like any toy that's left over, like from the guests, which is, you know, he should really just call the people and try to return it to them instead of just selling them. But he finds, he has like a pet lizard thing, and the lizard is the main way that he gets the toys, because the lizard goes through the rooms and then steals the toys, and then he sells them on eBay. And I gotta get the hell out of here. So he gets, like, the lizard brings him like you know, Woody and all these things, and Woody's worth like $2,000 on eBay. Oh, I'm gonna bring all these people down the road, down the witch's road. There you go. You can all burn in this electric voltage pit. See, when I'm gaming and I'm talking, there's going to be a lot of just random nonsense, I guess. Because I'm still getting used to actually having a conversation and focusing. At least I have a good team, though. I was concerned earlier, but they are killing it.
This one's gotta be popular with
They're not bad. I'm probably doing... I know I'm doing much worse than I normally am because I'm focused on talking about this stuff. But that's okay. It's a casual game. To casually killing zombies on a spooky Sunday with some mulled wine. I'm telling you, you gotta keep the atmosphere the whole month. I mean, it's just so fun. It's... I just love this time of year. I gotta get some ammo. Okay. But yes, so if you're looking for like shorts, Halloween shorts, the Toy Story one is really good, especially if you have kids. Even if you don't have kids, the Toy Story one's great. And the Even Stevens one, I feel like kids probably don't even know what that is because it's so not their generation. And I don't know if they actually watch reruns of things. Like, I remember on the Disney Channel when I was a kid, they used to play Growing Pains all the time, and that was like the syndicated, you know, show that from at least 5 to 10 years, right? I mean, I don't know when Growing Pains officially was on television. I thought it was the late 80s. But Disney Channel used to play it all the time. So maybe that'll happen, you know, with Even Stevens. What's the Hilary Duff one? Lizzie McGuire. And I'm down. Okay, so... okay. What else have I watched? Oh, yes. Sinister was fantastic, except they really missed the landing. Ethan Hawke was great. I really liked having a male protagonist in a horror movie because we're always used to, you know, the final girl, which is great. It's a great trope. It actually came out of the women's lib movement from the 60s and 70s. And then that's kind of what skyrocketed the final girl trope. You know, Jamie Lee Curtis and, I mean, there's just so many. You know, especially with, you know, Scream came, you know, we all know what the trope is, final girl trope. And they don't have that in Sinister. Ethan Hawke is the main guy that you're following and rooting for. And actually, if we think about it, it doesn't follow the final girl rule, because the final girl always survives. And he does not. He certainly does not. And I'm not trying to spoil anything, but I think you can kind of see it coming a mile away that he might not make it. The execution of the end is really where the problem is, and I know this happens a lot in horror movies, and it's like these big concepts, and you're really trying to just wow the audience with how the end is executed, and I just think they missed the ball with that. But I loved everything else about it, and it was genuinely the first time I felt like I was watching something genuinely scary, because a lot of the stuff I've been watching just hasn't been. Watched Bride of Frankenstein for the first time. That was very good. I don't know which one I like better. A lot of people like Bride of Frankenstein more. I thought she would be in it a lot more. She's barely in the movie. She's in like the last 5 minutes, which I felt to be super strange. Unless I watched a weird cut of it. But it's just odd that it was called The Bride of Frankenstein and she's barely in the movie. Oh, we watched Ma with Octavia Spencer. That was very good. Gave really good reasons for why she was the way she was, and there was a lot of, you know, psychological diving into, you know, there's a lot of Munchausen's with her and her daughter, keeping her sick and making her not go to school, and trying to fit in with the cool kids so badly. And you find out why, and I thought it was excellent. I thought it was really, really good. Um, oh, Werewolf by Night. I guess we could talk about that. Werewolf by Night was surprisingly, I thought, phenomenal. I really loved it. I thought they absolutely nailed it. And Michael Giacchino, I think it's Michael. Yeah, Michael Giacchino. He directed it, actually. He's a film composer, so you've probably heard of him just from being a composer. He directed it and did the music to Werewolf by Night. And I thought, fantastic job. I don't know why Marvel's wasting so much time on full series when they could just be doing a really epic special. So I kind of think that the Punisher special that's coming out is probably going to be pretty good, because that's what they're doing with that. They're not doing a whole TV series. I love the actor too in Werewolf by Night. I always forget his name, but he was from Mozart in the Jungle. That was I think that was Amazon's like very first series they ever put out. And I'm down. Oh man, this is cool. I never like mess around in the vault a lot. I've only done it once or twice, but that's pretty cool. I'm glad this person did it. Werewolf by Night, Wolfman, we already talked about. Scary Movie, I rewatched the first one. That always, that never gets old to me. I think they just really... They're doing a fifth one. There's a new one coming out. Oh, we didn't make it, guys. But this was fun. This was fun. Yeah, so I guess the moral of this is don't waste your time with Wolfman. You don't need to waste your time with Jeepers Creepers, but I think if you do decide to watch it or rewatch it, because it's been a while, you'll see what I mean about how it should really be just the whole franchise should just be rebooted, redone, because it's really good. The villain itself is really good, and the movie sucked. So I think that the concept is something that could be rebranded for a new audience. Yeah, and then so it was Wolfman, and then and Hocus Pocus 4. Not Hocus Pocus 4, Halloweentown 4, which was just awful. So, and they recast Kimberly J. Brown. So in memory of Kimberly J. Brown as Marnie Cromwell for the first 3 movies, I'm going to sign off. Hope you guys are having the best spooky season. I will be on Monday Night Movie Madness on Bonebridger's channel tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And soon I will be going to Tennessee to meet the Dooleys, meet John, meet Bonebridger, and we're all going to do a live stream in person. And we're all going to go see the new Predator movie, which we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Cool. Well, I'll see you guys when I see you. I'm going to end this.